back to our reference character, we're just going to take a look at possible ways of setting up legs and feet. There are several different methods for doing this. In this character, though, it's set up nicely. As you can see that as I move the waist of the character around, the feet try and stay on the floor as best as possible. Only until I exceed the length of the legs do the feet pull off the floor. We're actually going to better that one, and we're going to make stretchy legs for our character and allow the leg to get longer so the foot always stays locked to the floor. For the foot controls, we're also going to set up the same kind of foot roll slider that I have here. What this basically does is allow us to, I'm just going to make the legs bend a bit so it doesn't, so it rolls correctly. What this allows the animator to be able to do is be able to roll up onto the heel all the way through the toe and up onto the toe. And you can actually see that the ball of the foot starts to roll first and then rolls onto the toe. This is more of a correct action. We could even have separate controls for each roll as well as one master that does the whole thing. In this foot rig, I've also added a side-to-side control, and one that we will be adding in our demonstration, which is a toe control up and down, so we can wiggle the toes up and down. Having some really refined controls for the feet is very important for the animator, as one of the things you never want to have happen in animation these days is have the feet slide on the ground during an animation. This makes very unrealistic animation, and it used to be a problem about 10 years ago to solve this, but no longer is that a problem. Let's get started on creating the bones for the leg. Again, in Create Systems, Bones, let's set the bone size again so that it actually has the correct height, width and height for its length. And I believe we are using about a value of 2. Let's just check that. That looks correct. Each time you restart Max, these values have to be reset, but we'll keep their values from one max session to max session as long as you haven't shut Max down, or max file to max file. We're going to need a thigh bone, calf bone, and then we'll build the foot rig separately, because we're doing a reverse foot rig, so the bones actually go in the opposite direction. For the thigh bone and the calf bone, I start up top, and I always add a small nub bone to start with. You'll find out later why this is. It helps when you're actually linking and unlinking your character's leg if you have an IK solver on it. Down to the knee and down to about where the ankle is, and right-click to end. For the foot, I'm going to create a reverse foot system. The reverse foot system basically is going to start at the heel, go to the toes, then back to the ball of the foot, and then it'll be eventually lined up to the ankle and the bottom of the joints for the leg. I'm going to select all the bones, move them over into the correct spot. Working in view space, I'm going to rotate the leg so that the leg joints line up with the angle of the leg. This character is a bit of a problem with the direction that the knee points in, and it's a little bit harder to set up than a character that would have completely straight knees and feet with the body. Now that I have it rotated about correct, we need to start sizing the bones and making sure that they're in the correct spots. Open the bone tools, and again we're going to use the bone edit mode for this, so we can adjust the pivots of each bone without affecting the others. Again, I'm going to work in local space now so that I don't accidentally move the bones side to side. One of the things you need to make sure